Dream big. Bigger than what feels safe. Bigger than what feels comfortable. Because with God and with faith and consistent hard work, there's no limit to what you can build.
I'm playing tackle, Sandy. You two are crazy defensive ends. Proud of you boys. It's supposed to burn! Great get off. Stopped on a dime, came back for your hands, kicked again. That was great.
Retiring his number 12 jersey.
Sitting here thinking, I've been in the Super Bowl twice and, won one, lost one, got to go to the White House, and I come back and this is one of the best accomplishments, I've ever had. And there's somebody that went to this school, that played here, and that went off to do great things.
Give me some respect right now.
Dream big. Bigger than what feels safe. Bigger than what feels comfortable. Because with God and with faith and consistent hard work, there's no limit to what you can build.
Class of 2025, this is your kickoff. You're stepping into a new season. You're holding the ball. Ole Miss gave you the playbook. Now it's your job to call the plays and lead the drive. So whatever you're chasing, chase it with humility. Chase it with faith. Chasing it knowing what's meant for you can't miss you. Whether you're about to be a teacher, a doctor, entrepreneur, an engineer, an artist, a business leader, whatever the field is, step into it like you belong there. Dream big. Bigger than what feels safe. Bigger than what feels comfortable. Because with God, with faith, and with consistent hard work, there's no limit to what you can build. And above all, bet on yourself. Trust the work, and trust the one who gave you the
Class of 2025, this is your kickoff. You're stepping into a new season. You're holding the ball. Ole Miss gave you the playbook. Now it's your job to call the plays and lead the drive. So whatever you're chasing, chase it with humility. Chase it with faith. Chasing it knowing what's meant for you can't miss you. Whether you're about to be a teacher, a doctor, entrepreneur, an engineer, an artist, a business leader, whatever the field is, step into it like you belong there. Dream big. Bigger than what feels safe. Bigger than what feels comfortable. Because with God, with faith, and with consistent hard work, there's no limit to what you can build. And above all, bet on yourself. Trust the work, and trust the one who gave you the gift. Now here's the real game. You are your own operation. Your discipline is your product. Your name is your brand. Your habits are your investments. Nobody's coming to build it for you, and nobody's coming to rescue you when it gets hard. Success isn't owned, and it's rented. Rented every single day.
That was freaking amazing. Take care of the down lineman first before you bring it on. Don't cheat the drill now. Great swim move by coach. He's so big. Okay, work on three. 1, 2, 3. Go. Finish. cheek to cheek right there. Tie me. Do not get beat inside. I need you to lead. That's what I need. That's my challenge to you. But when you get your body in front, play side, still get vertical. You fit, you tall. That was a clean rep. That was a clean rep. Come on. Crank your hands. That was a great get off. Holy cow. Way to work. Coming back off a flat. Nah, you ain't playing tackle, son. You two are crazy defensive ends. Proud of you boys. It's supposed to burn. Great get off. Stopped on a dime, came back for your hands, kicked again. That was great. The last 3 days made me believe you guys can definitely do this, man. Why can't you guys do this? Who's saying that you can't do it? No. You guys are the future, man. Whether you believe it or not, you guys are the start of something beautiful here in Australia, bro. First class. It's got to mean something, right? So set the bar high while you're here. Don't be scared to fail, man. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. I break it down, man. You guys are my new family. We're gonna break down on family. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family!
Think about all the kids back in Australia. For a guy to come from that area, come over here and have the career that he has, it does give hope to a young kid that maybe say, well, I want to be the next Jordan Mailata.
Reed Blankenship gave the West Limestone community something to cheer for here on Friday nights, but he's since given them something to cheer for on Sundays too. This afternoon, a proud Wildcats community welcomed home their Super Bowl champion, officially retiring his number 12 jersey.
Sitting here thinking, you know, I've been in the Super Bowl twice, and you know, won one, lost one, got to go to the White House, and I come back and this is one of the best accomplishments, you know, I've ever had, and I was just flooded with emotions, you know, when I got up there, because my parents, you know, my family had so much to do with this journey that started here at West.
From the humble beginnings at West Limestone High School to one of the biggest stages in sports, Philadelphia Eagles safety Reed Blankenship has never forgotten where he comes from. And neither will Lester, Alabama, for his jersey will forever hang inside the gym where it all began, acting as a reminder that it doesn't matter how small of a town you come from, that dreams are possible. And for Reed, the lasting legacy he leaves in his hometown is yet another dream come true.
Leaving a legacy, that's something I've always wanted to do. And I want to be that role model to a kid, doesn't matter if he's kindergarten, whatever, you know, just to walk in, see a jersey and be like, oh, there's somebody that went to this school, that played here, and that went off to do great things. It's that one little ounce of encouragement, motivation, just to get one little kid to go places. And it's always the cliche thing, you know, you have a dream, chase it, but that is the most important thing.
Reporting in West Limestone, Cam Durr, 48 Sports, on your side.
The celebrations continued as the Wildcats retired the jersey of Reed Blankenship. The Philadelphia Eagles safety and Super Bowl champ was back in Leicester to see his number 12 jersey go up in the rafters at the high school where he made a name for himself. Blankenship says having his jersey retired is one of the biggest accomplishments of his life, and now he's hoping that it can inspire others.
I mean, what an honor, right? You know, this is not something you ever really expect. You know, how does it sink in with you now?
You know, it didn't really hit me until I kept seeing all the coaches, my players come into the field house, and I'm like, this is real, you know. And you see all these videos of players that's been in the NFL or just been like that had really great careers in college get their number retired in high school, and you're like, man, that's just a great accomplishment, you know. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I've been in the Super Bowl twice, and you know, won one, lost one, got to go to the White House, and I come back and this is one of the best accomplishments, you know, I've ever had. And I was just flooded with emotions, you know, when I got up there, because my parents, you know, my family had so much to do with this journey that started here at West. And it's all about the time they put in. They traveled all over, you know, like I said, the state, anywhere, just to get camps, just to get somebody to watch me, just to get my college career started. And you know, we've came a long way, so here we are.
What what does this do for really your pride in your community? Because you have repped North Alabama, you have repped West Limestone at each level, and now they say we rep you back. You know,
right.
It's a different kind of status to that.
Absolutely, you know, and I hope that people understand where I've came from, and I've stated that through multiple interviews that I am from West Limestone and in the middle of nowhere in Alabama, and I hope people look it up and appreciate that, because they'll look at the population and see it's 200. It was probably not even pushing 200, but just the amount of work and support that comes out of this place is just unreal. So
you said like coming from West Limestone to make it to the NFL for the Super Bowl 2 times. That's very rare.
Right.
How does it feel to be a part of that 1%?
It's great. You know, you break it down in percentage, and you know, you look at the stats, and there's not a lot of people that make it, and it goes back to finding that the handful of people, or sometimes that one person, to believe in you. And you know, I was blessed enough to have a handful of people like my family and to support me and to push me to be great. You know, not even on the field, but off the field too. And you know, you learn a lot about that, and especially a lot of life experiences. And once you get it that far, you always got to remember where you came from, and I got to make sure that everybody knows that.
Coach Cantrell talked about kind of your will to and perseverance. Do you think that was instilled here at West Limestone?
Absolutely. You know, and obviously I keep bringing my parents up too. They had a great upbringing. I knew right from wrong. They've always pushed me to be great, and you know, especially my grandparents. They're not with us at the time, but they kept that same mentality. And you don't, like I said, you don't realize it until you go off on your own, and you make it to the big stage, and you got to look back. How did you make? You didn't make it here by yourself. You know, I didn't make it here by myself. Everybody had some sort of help along the way. So.
When they told you that you were worried that you were leaving a legacy here at West Limestone, what did that mean to you?
Oh, that hit me. You know, especially looking up and seeing the banner, but leaving a legacy, that's something I've always wanted to do. And I want to be that role model to a kid. Doesn't matter if he's kinder, whatever, you know, just to walk in, see a jersey and be like, oh, there's somebody that went to this school, that played here, and that went off to do great things. And it's just, like I said, it's that one little ounce of encouragement, motivation, just to get one little kid to go places and turn into something great, you know. So.
What advice would you give any of those kids that are hoping to make it one day?
You know, I've always said, it's always the cliche thing, you know, you have a dream, chase it, but that is the most important thing. Like, find that support system. Find, whether you have it or not, find that one person that believes in you. If 50 other people don't believe in you, there's somebody that's going to believe in you. And find that one person, hang out with them, allow them to teach you the right things, and believe in them, and they'll help you along the way. So. It's great. You know, I always keep a piece of West Limestone wherever I go, and I always see. I wish I was here in person to see the pep rallies that they have and everything, and you know, it means a lot. Even when I'm however many hundreds miles away, you know, it still hits home for me a little bit, because you know, I came through here, and the support system just never stops. You know, they're always there for me, and I try to be there for them as much as possible. But you know, I know it's hard at times, but like I said, I just want to be that role model. So.
Have one question. So going to the Super Bowl twice, what's your favorite thing about doing or being in the Super Bowl? What do you like most? The likes, the fans?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you right here. So I'm the type of person that takes all the glitz and glamour out of it, and it's the climb to get to the Super Bowl, because we've all played some sort of sports probably, or something in life that you want to get to the very top of something. And so you make it to the top, you win it, and it's like, okay, what else? You know, you win it with that, what we did, you know, it's like, what else? You know, we got to get another one. But it's that climb, the challenges along the way that you learn, the doubt that the fans that, oh, you're 2-2, you're not going to do it. It's like the same year, but, you know, you just got to put that aside and just do what you do, you know, play the sport that you love. And like I keep saying, it's going to be crazy to say this, but it's just another game. You know, it's just another opportunity to get better and use your platform to inspire somebody. So.
All good?
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
For all of us that I say, when did Jean who did that take 6. We all thought it was you.
Yeah, no, plenty of people that thought, especially from here, like, I thought that was you. I wish it was. That would be great.
After a long day, the last thing I want is tech problems. Setting up my new home internet took me less than 10 minutes. Had no stress doing it on my own as the process is simple and straightforward. The app walked me through everything and made the setup process easy. So nice to be able to control my Wi-Fi from my phone. Time to switch over to the reliable and easy home Wi-Fi. No annual contract, straightforward pricing with no surprises. Wi-Fi you can rely on. If you want internet that keeps up with you, check if AT&T Internet Air is available in your area with the link in my caption and bio.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing is beating your doggone chest right now. Whatever